You're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
He's gonna win. And I want to ask you, because to me, it kind of disturbed me as a boxing fan when a lot of people were saying that Guerrero was a cherry pick and Floyd, shouldn't have been in the ring with him. I mean, what do you think about fans that say stuff like that?
There's a lot of fans that like to talk. It goes both ways, you know what I mean? A lot of people say that Floyd ran from Robert, that he should have stayed in the pocket with Robert. A real champion should stay and trade, take a chance. He didn't take a chance with Robert, and then, it works both ways, People are going to be talking back and forth. It's like there's a lot of guys that are in favor of Thurman against my son. We've been in that end before, so we know what we got to do, So,
and it seems like now a lot of fans are praising your son now when it comes to him fighting against Keith Thurman. So how does that feel?
Well, he's undefeated, He's number one in the game right now, But hey, we've been there before 6 times, so we know what we got to do.
Yeah. Now, when you talk about moving around the ring, we know a lot of fighters, moving the ring. Pacquiao moved against Brandon Rios and Margarito. You got Mikey Diaz, Garcia, Bernard Hopkins, et cetera, et cetera. When you talk about boxers moving in the ring, do you feel they don't have as much heart as your son, or it's just a different style? Or how do you feel about the fighters that move in the ring? Because Guerrero doesn't really move that much.
Well, now this is a different fight. They're going to see what my son can do. He can do it all. He can box, he can brawl, he can do whatever. He sit in the pocket. He's just ready to go. He's a all-round fighter, Robert. He can do it all. He can brawl, he can be dirty, he can do whatever. We train for everything. Whatever they bring to the table, we're going to be ready.
So depending on the opponent, you wouldn't have a problem with your son doing lateral movement and moving in the ring, depending on the opponent, because he can adjust, right?
Yeah, he can adjust. So we work for everything,
Okay.
With Mayweather, we only worked with, doing a tough fight, just fighting toe-to-toe. Like you said, he wanted to do toe-to-toe. He didn't do toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
So, we learned. But next time, we got to work on everything. You just don't listen to the guy tell you, I'm going toe-to-toe, or I'm going to box.
Yeah.
So now we're ready for, we're training for everything. Toe-to-toe, box, do whatever.
So how do you fix that problem next time? Because like I said, if he does move, if he's going to move, if he feels that's your guy's weakness, you guys don't like him to do it, obviously he's going to do it because he knows you guys don't want him to do it. How do you capitalize? How do you take it away?
We got to work on the things we got to work to beat him, We got to work on the footwork, more footwork, and, more punching power, and we're ready to go.
What is the one thing that Robert brings that you think is really going to surprise Keith? The one thing when the first round starts, he's going to be like, wow, maybe I wasn't prepared for this. What do you think it is?
Yeah, well, that's going to be for all the fans to see it in the ring, because I don't want to give up all the cookies, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got a surprise for that guy, man, and we don't want to give up no cookies at all. When you get in that ring, they're going to find out what my son can do.
Well, Keith's been asking for these big fights. He's finally got the big fight, but there's a difference in wanting it and actually getting it. What do you think the difference is going to be? He's going from this level, a B-level fighter, up to a top-level fighter, A-level fighter. What do you think is going to be the difference that he's going to see in the ring, or that your son is going to present?
Well, he's going to find out what level Robert's in, because when you fight with the best, Floyd Mayweather, and you learned a lot. Because Robert's been there already. Like I said, he's been there 6 times as a world champion, and he's going to find out what it's going to take to be in the ring with a guy like Robert.
And Thurman's already talking about other bigger fights. He's mentioned Mayweather before. Do you think maybe he's kind of overlooking Robert too?
Well, I'm telling you one thing, he's going to find out. He's going to find out, and I think he is overlooking Mayweather, because we're ready for this guy. He's going to whip his ass, no matter what.
And we've seen your son when he first moved up from lightweight up to welterweight. He's just been basically standing in front. When he was a lightweight, he used to box a lot more, and now he's standing in front, like he said yesterday, to prove a point. Against Andre Berto, against Adine, against Kamagai. Do you like to see him fight like that, or would you like to see him box a little bit more?
Well, I like him boxing a little bit more, but it depends on the fight. Whatever happens with the fight, if he wants to come in, brawling, and he wants to make it a fight, we're prepared for it, And I'm going to tell you one thing now. Robert's a full-fledged welterweight now. He's there now. This is like his 3rd fight already in welterweight, so he's ready to go. He's already set as a welterweight. He's a full welterweight now, so it's a whole different ball game now.
Was he hurting any sparring partners in sparring, or?
Well, you don't want to hurt your sparring partners, man, because those are the ones that help you out.
Yeah.
You don't get nothing out of hurting sparring partners, You just want to save it to when you get in the ring, You work on things. You don't hurt your sparring partners. You hurt your sparring partners,
they might not come back.
That's it, man. You know what I mean? So,
all right, thank you for your time, Ruben.
All right.